guys, welcome back again to my channel. My name is MC and you're watching SLE Canada, the place to be for international students who want to study, settle, and explore their opportunities here in Canada. So if you're new to my channel, you've been watching me for a while now and you haven't subscribed yet, make sure that you hit the subscribe button below and don't forget to ring the notification bell so you never miss any videos that I upload every single week. If you've been watching me for a while now and you're not part of the SLE Student Lounge or our Pinoy Canada Student Visa Forum, then make sure that you join us there after watching this video so you can connect with other international students here in Canada and aspire international students and get some resources. And what else? That's it. And I have great news, guys. Remember that I've been talking about my sister who applied for a study permit long time ago, March 2020. Now she finally got her visa approved, guys. Approved. So IRCC is now releasing the approval for the second stage, the final approval. So you make sure that you check your mailbox because maybe you have your golden email from IRCC. And I'm so happy that a lot of members from our group, they got the approval, and I would like to say congratulations and welcome to Canada pretty soon. And if you're watching this video and you got your approval, share your story below, comment down below so that many people, many aspiring students will be inspired. So if you're asking if my sister used a consultant or an agency, we didn't use a consultant. Even I just did myself. So she just used my blog. She just used the process that I did before. If you are doing a DIY process, might as well check my blog so you get some resources there. Guide for your study plan, guide for the documentation. It's completely free anyway, so check that out. So today we're going to talk about the best nursing programs available for internationally educated nurses who wanted to come here and study. So I made a video a few months ago on how to become a nurse, and that would be like an overview or like the journey on how to get there, how to get your license and your PR. But in this video, we're going to focus or magnify the programs. So we're going to focus on 3 key points, and that would be the specialization, what are the core subjects of that program, and then the next one would be the tuition fee. How much would it cost you again? That's very important. And the third one is the PR pathway. What would be your PR pathways once you completed that program? So without further ado, let's move on to our topic for today. So before we move on to the meat of the video, I want to answer this question, and that will be, is there any jobs available for me as internationally educated nurse? Is this a downgrade for me because I've been working as a nurse already? So I would say, my dear friend, you're not doing your research. So according to a Canadian Institute of Health Information, they said in the next 20 years, Canadian senior population is expected to grow by 68%. 68%, guys. That's like triple the size over the last 40 years. And aging population is not just a problem here in Canada. Other countries like Japan, Italy, they're experiencing it, okay? They're in need of nurses. Like here in Canada, they need nurses here. Everywhere you go, doesn't matter which province, you go north, south, and to answer that question, yes, you will get a job. It's just a matter of getting your license and putting that good qualification in your resume, and you will definitely get a job. Now let's move on to the program. So all the programs that I'm going to mention in this video and all the schools that I'm going to mention, they're all my school partners. There are a lot of nursing programs here in Canada, and it's just so hard to pick or select a program. So I'm just going to focus on my school partners since I'm more familiar with their program. So the first one is Niagara College. So in Niagara College, there are four nursing programs that you can look at. So the first one is community health nursing. So that will involve on current issues in community health nursing, and that you will also have that leadership management kind of thing. And then the next option for you at Niagara College will be the leadership management, healthcare leadership management. So this is advisable for people that have been working as a nurse in the bedside nursing, but they wanted to be a manager. Okay, so having this program in your resume, that will be helpful for you to get that managerial position. So this will be more focused on ethics, law, again, leadership, and informatics. So the third option for you would be palliative care. So this will again evolve in end-life illnesses, and you will also learn how to communicate with them, how to understand death, and what are the ethics that you have to learn when it comes to palliative care. So that will be a great option for you, because there are a lot of long-term facilities here, respite care, so those are your options. And the last one would be gerontology. So this is a great program for nurses, and I always combine this gerontology with palliative care or with leadership management, mainly because gerontology has the clinical placement. So the first three that I just mentioned, the community health nursing, leadership management, palliative care, they don't have clinical placement. As far as I know, when I double check the program details, I could not find the clinical placement. So always make sure that you combine it with gerontology, so you will get that clinical placement. And again, gerontology is more focusing on aging foundation. As I've said earlier, that aging population is a huge issue wherever you go. So why always highlight the clinical placement? So in Niagara College, the gerontology has 112 hours of clinical placement. This is important, especially if you don't have, I've been not working in the nursing field for a while now, so this can be used as a safe practice. As I've said earlier, I made a video before where I talk about getting your license. So as part of your requirement in getting your license, you need to have a valid safe practice, and having this clinical placement or clinical hours incorporated in your program, that would be useful when you get your license, because they can recognize this as your work or as your experience as a nurse, right? Let's move on to Sioux College, and they have four main nursing programs, and the first one would be the healthcare administration. That is similar with the leadership management that I just talked about. So if your responsibility involves administrative tasks, or maybe you want to step up as a manager, then this is a good option for you. The next one is the health informatics. So if you've been working as a manager for a while now, and your responsibility includes decision making, then health informatics will help you to decide, because this will involve data management, analyzing data. So again, specialized program is advisable for managers. So the next one would be the gerontology. This is the same as the gerontology at Niagara College, but I want to highlight the next program, which is the professional nursing practice in gerontology and chronic illness. So this is a newly developed program at Sioux College. So what I like about this program is that they include gerontology, mental health, palliative care, and leadership all in one. And right, so that's good, right? And then they include the NCLEX preparation, and the clinical hours of this program is 200 hours, guys. 200 hours. Imagine Niagara has 112. Sioux has 200 hours of clinical experience. So that's great option for nurses to consider, right? And also the NCLEX preparation that they have, that they incorporated in a program, they like not a lot of gerontology, not a lot of schools have that option, because at the end of the day you're going to take your NCLEX exam. You have to prepare for that, and having that incorporated in a program is like win-win situation for nurses, right? So now let's move on to Georgian College. So Georgian College has acute complex care program. So this one evolves on emergency nursing. They have emergency nursing 1, 2, 3. They have pharmacology. They also have health assessment. So what I like about this program, it has 192 clinical hours. However, I've been asking the admission like what are the options for you as your second year? What are the other programs that you can combine with this program? Because this is basically a 1-year program. So if you want to get that 3 years, you need to have another program to combine with acute complex care program. So next one would be Sioux College. So if you're looking at, I want to have 2 years, 2-year program, I don't want to do that 1+1, then Sioux Creek has a gerontology program that runs for 2 years. Again, that will evolve in aging foundation, mental health, medication use, ethics. They have the clinical hours too in that program, but they did not specify how many hours, but they said you go to a clinical duty for 2 days in a week. So I would ask the admission of how many hours in total you will get once you completed the program. And when I look at the program details, you have clinical placement for the first year and then clinical placement for the second year. So I believe this would be more than 200 hours, I would say, because when you look at the gerontology program at Niagara College, that's only 112 for the whole year. So imagine if you're going to take gerontology program for 2 years, then you would get more clinical hours, right? So those are the main programs that I want to highlight in this video. And if you want to ask more about the requirement, are you going to be eligible for this program, I want you to send me a message, send me a request, because I assess the student as per their gaps. So I don't just like let you get this program that I know it will not help you as in your career. So I want to assess you first before you get this program. So if you're interested with that, check my description box. I have my contact details there. And now let's move on to the next key point, which is the tuition fee. Let's be honest that it involves money when you study here in Canada. You want to make sure that you can sustain yourself, you stay afloat while you study here in Canada. At Niagara College, it's $18,000 per year, but you have to consider that they have scholarship, because you can apply for graduate certificate scholarship, but you have to double check if you're eligible for this program. So I will have the link in my description box if you're interested to get this scholarship, but that would be 2,000 Canadian dollars that will spread for the entire program, the first year program. So the next one would be Sioux College has 17,000 per year, more or less, and that includes the miscellaneous fee. And that one specifically for Filipinos, okay, that you will get an automatic entrance scholarship around 2,000 Canadian dollars that will be spread out in your first year. If you got the IELTS exam or IELTS TELT result, then you can opt for another scholarship that is around 1,000 Canadian dollars. So more or less, your tuition fee for the first year is for about 14 to 15,000, more or less. Yeah, so I just have to double check with other nationalities if you have entrance scholarship, because again, every region, every citizenship, they have that scholarship, entrance scholarship. So not all would get the entrance scholarship depending on the cap of the region. So the next one would be Georgian College. So Georgian College would be around 18,000 per year, and unfortunately they don't have entrance scholarship. But they told me that once the students are here in Canada, once they're enrolled, then they are eligible to apply for scholarship awards. And again, take advantage of that because you are eligible to get those kind of scholarship. The next one is the cheapest one. That would be the Selkirk College. So Selkirk College is around more or less 16,000 per year, and unfortunately they don't have that entrance scholarship because they're pretty affordable compared with other nursing programs across Canada. So but again, they have scholarship awards or bursary that you can apply for. You just have to make sure that you're eligible for those kind of scholarship. So you know, looking at the tuition fee, more or less the nursing tuition fee here in Canada is for about 16 to 18,000 Canadian dollars per year. Don't be discouraged about like, oh, it's expensive. Always make sure that you're investing something to yourself, and once you have that program completed, once you get that RN license, you will get your money back because again, the salary of nurses here in Canada is a bit competitive. You're not gonna get lower than $30 an hour. So you're looking at 40 or 35 an hour until $100 per hour. So it's a good investment. So now let's move on to the PR pathways for you once you're completed your program. So if you're going to study at Niagara College, there are two main common PR pathways for international students, and that would be the Canadian Experience class, and the other one is the Ontario Immigrant Nominee Program. So those are your options. And the next one for Georgian College, that would be located at Barrie, Ontario, so it's really close to the GTA or Greater Toronto area. So your options for PR pathways, the same as Niagara, you have Canadian Experience class and the Ontario Immigrant Nominee Program. So I want to highlight Selkirk and Sioux College because apart from Canadian Experience class and the nominee program, the provincial nominee program, they are also part of the Rural Northern Immigration Pilot Program. So if you're not familiar with that, comment down below because I want to make a video if you're interested on like how to be eligible for Rural Northern Immigration Pilot Program. But just to give you an idea, if you know about AIPP of Atlantic, then that is almost similar. Easy to get PR through that program, and I believe at Sioux Marie, they're the first one who got the students who successfully immigrated through this Rural Northern Immigration Pilot Program. So again, considering these factors, the programs, the tuition fee costs, and your PR pathways, this will help you to decide which nursing program will fit you. And I hope you find this video helpful. Again, don't forget to like this video so more and more internationally educated nurses would see this video. And again, I'll see you to the next video, and I hopefully make a video about Sioux College next week. So don't forget to visit my website studyliveexploreca.com, and I'll see you to the next video. Bye.